Hello, and thanks for taking the time to check out Meal to List. I'm going to give you a demonstration of how it works, but first I'll talk to you about why and how I made it. Well, to answer that why, it stems from a pet peeve I've got. I really don't like thinking about what to eat for the week and then make shopping lists from the ingredients. So I thought, well, as I've recently graduated from the North Coda's Developer Pathway course, I'll build an app because I've got the tools to do that. But I decided to challenge myself with something different. I'd learned how to use JavaScript and React to build websites and apps on that course. But for the final project, one of my groups of classmates built an app using Flutter, and I thought that looks really interesting. I want to try that. So that's what I've done for this app. It was built using the framework Flutter and also the programming language Dart. And both of these required some time to research and learn about how to use them. Thankfully, there's a lot of great information on YouTube. I followed some tutorials, built a couple of very simple Flutter apps, and then dived into this project. So let's take a look at how it works. You can see here from the landing page that there's a brief introduction and a couple of options. Well, we can create a new list or we can see our saved lists. Clicking on saved lists just shows an alert at the moment because there aren't any saved lists. I haven't implemented that functionality. Saving lists is going to come beyond this. We're currently at the minimum viable product. There are going to be more features added because this is an ongoing project. But for now, let's create a new list. This takes us to the meal selector screen, and you can see I've only got 8 meals at the moment, but it allows me to select any or all of those. And as I do, you can see it updates the information at the top to tell me how many are selected, which will be much more useful when there's a screen with 20 or 30 meals on it. Well, as I've selected beef and chili fries, I'll also select a couple more. My favourite, lasagna, and also the goat's cheese and sweet potato salad is really nice. So once that's done, I just click next, and then I'm onto the item selector screen. And this is really just a way for us to deselect any of the things we've already got in our store cupboard or fridge. And I know I've got lots of mature cheddar, ground cumin, dried oregano, and garlic cloves. Once that's done, I can then select shop from the nav bar. It gives me a little warning here because at this point you can't change the ingredients, but I'm happy to use this as my shopping list, and there it takes us to the shopping list screen. And as you can see, all of the items are arranged by the section of the supermarket that they are in, with fruit and vegetables at the top because that's normally, at least in most supermarkets I visited, at the entrance. So once you're in the supermarket, it tells you how many items you've got left to buy. You select things by choosing got it. It changes the opacity of the card, but it also gives you the option to put it back in case you've made a mistake. Again, a little alert dialogue just to show that, just to check that you've wanted to put it back on the shelf, or that you'd made a mistake. Well, I did. I wanted to select lime. There we go. So I just go through the supermarket, selecting all of these things. And once I'm finished, just select finish. And at this point, there would be the option to save the list for later. But at the moment, just selecting yes deletes the list and returns you to the beginning of the app. So that's the app as it stands at the moment. Simple but useful. I've already used it a few times at the supermarket and it was helpful. Going forward, I'm going to add more functionality. I'm going to integrate it with a Firebase database. All of the data here is actually stored on the app because it's quite a small set. It's stored as JSON objects. But going forward, I'd like to pull that data from the cloud, from a Firebase database, and also give users the option to select the meals that they like from a much larger list of meals. Another feature I think would be really useful is to, on the item selector screen, to add non-food items. So maybe you need washing up liquid or toothpaste this week. Being able to add that would also be very useful. So that is the app as it stands. Thank you very much for checking it out. Bye-bye.